Morning guys, myself Sandeep Kumar Reddy from Ingenious Competitive Training Academy. Today I will be discussing about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Please go through my previous slide which have been discussed regarding Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So the same chronological order have been given. So let us see exactly what has been given in these slides. Muhammad bin Tughlaq had ruled between 1325 to 1351. As you can see how exactly he looks like. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the Prince Jauna, the son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, ascended the throne in 1325. We should remember that Muhammad bin Tughlaq is also known as Prince Jauna, and he is the son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, who is the founder of Tughlaq dynasty, and ascended the throne in 1325. He gained the title of, that is, Ulugh Khan. We have to remember that the title gained by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq was Ulugh Khan. He was most educated of all the sultans of Delhi Sultanate. So there are various kings who all are illiterate. Among them, the most educated of all the sultan of the Delhi Sultanate was, that is, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He created a department, Diwan-e-Amir-e-Kohi. So we have to remember each and every department which are very important for examinations. So he created one department, that is Diwan-e-Amir-e-Kohi, for the improvement of the agriculture. For the renovation and improvement of agriculture, he had created that Diwan-e-Amir-e-Kohi had created by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So he had done transfer of capital. We should remember that he distributed Sondhar, that is agriculture loans advanced for extension of agriculture of barren lands. So we have to remember that barren lands were agriculture, so there is a loan extension had been implemented. So he distributed Sondar, that is agriculture loans advanced for extension of agriculture of barren lands. So whatever the barren lands are there, whatever the loan have been taken, that barren land loans were advanced. He encouraged cash crops in place of cereals. So he had encouraged whatever the cash crops in place of cereals, so that cash crops will give more benefit and economy towards their nation. The transfer of capital was taken, the most controversial step which Muhammad bin Tughlaq undertook soon after his accession. So what he had done is, he had taken the transfer of the capital. The decision was one of the hostile one and one of the controversial, you can tell. I request you guys to have a look in playlist. I request you guys to share it to your friends. You will find here about 800 plus question papers for various examinations. So please have a look. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, that is, as you can see, he transferred the capital from Delhi to Devgiri. The reason of transferring the capital from Delhi to Devgiri is to, whatever the capital that has to be in the center, so he had changed that capital from Delhi to Devgiri. He ordered mass exodus from Delhi to Devgiri. Here exodus stands the mass movement of the people from one place to other place. He ordered that mass movement of the people from one place to other place, from Delhi to Devgiri, though he wanted Devgiri as the second capital and to control over the South India better and remain named as Daulatabad. So we have to remember here that though he wanted Devgiri as the second capital and to control over the South India better, and renamed as it as Daulatabad. So that Daulatabad, as you can see, that Devgiri is also known as Daulatabad. So he made that capital, and the Delhi was one of the second capital. Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to introduce bronze coins and withdrawn silver coins, though it is very difficult to make out the silver coins, so he had decided to issue the bronze coins. As you can see how the copper tanka, we used to call them as tanka, that is equivalent to gold. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq, in between 1325 to 1351, he had made few coins, that is tanka, as well as you can see the bronze coins were issued by him. So here he abolished the act of sati. We know that sati sagamanam, that is where the practice of sati, whenever there is a death of husband, the wife has to jump into the fire, that is known as sati. He abolished the act of sati. The taxation has increased in the area of Ganga and Yamuna. We have to remember that wherever the regions of Ganga and Yamuna, there is a plenty of water. With that, the fertility was very nice, the food crop was very nice. Then though the reason for that, the taxation has increased in that area of Ganga and Yamuna. He built the branch of cultivation, that is Diwan-e-Kohi, in the year 1341 44. So he had built that 13 he was Diwan-e Kohi in the year 1341 to 44. The capital had shifted from Delhi to Daulatabad. So whatever the capital, initially it was Delhi, he had shifted to Daulatabad as the capital should be in the center, that is 700 miles of effect was present during that time. So in 1327 it has been taken by the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The attacks of Mongol made difficult to maintain the capital, shifted back from Delhi to Daulatabad. So again the capital Daulatabad, from Delhi to Daulatabad, it again shifted back to Daulatabad to Delhi in 1335. So because of this Mongol attacks, he has withdrawn the decision, and after 3 to 4 years again he has made Delhi as the capital. Here he imposed a house tax that is known as Ghori, and the Chari are exist during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So he imposed house tax whose that name was Ghori, and the Chari also exist. Thomas gave Muhammad bin Tughlaq as the Prince of Moneyers in 1329. Due to the lack of silver, he made the copper coins. They are known as Birhanj. Ibn Battuta, who wrote Kitab-ul-Rihla, he was a Morocco traveler visited during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The first Sultan who participated in holy festival was, that is, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So these are the few things which are to be remembered. He died in the year, that is 1351, in Gujarat. The Jain saint, that is Jina Prabhusari, was present during the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So you have to remember what is the name of the Jain saint who were present during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That was Jina Prabhusari, who was a Jain saint. Barauni compared Tughlaq as Aristotle. So in this case, Barauni had compared Tughlaq as the name as Aristotle. This is one thing what we have to conclude. So Tughlaq dynasty was between 1320 to 1414. The founder of Tughlaq dynasty was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq sent his son Jauna Khan to fight against Warangal. He defeated Prataparudra and returned with rich booty. Ghiyasuddin laid the foundation for Tughlaqabad near Delhi. So Ulugh Khan was said to have decorously killed his father and ascended the throne with the title Muhammad bin Tughlaq in 1325, whatever we had discussed. Now, he was very attractive character in his history of medieval India owing to his ambitious schemes and novel experiments. His enterprises and novel experiments ended in miserable failures because they were all far ahead of their time. So whatever has been given, you just directly go through this. So the decisions whatever he had taken, from one of the blunder decisions, that is shifting from Delhi to Daulatabad and back from Daulatabad to Delhi, was one of the greatest disaster during his time. So exodus has taken place. So that mass movement of the people, one of the wrong thing which were occurred during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That is the reason he is also as a mad Tughlaq. So as you can see, there are about 2100 PDF of GK and GS. If you are interested, you can call me on 7666 730 252. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Have a great life.